This episode of the Royal Insider is brought to you by Covenant Health. Covenant Health, the official sports medicine partner of Johnson University Athletics. Well, welcome to the Royal Insider, the official podcast of Johnson University Athletics. I am your host, Brandon Perry, also the athletic director here at Johnson. And today we are continuing our series on our fall sport preview. Last week we were here with Coach Todd Halliburton and women's soccer. This week, my guest is Coach Isaac Morris and our men's soccer coach here at Johnson University. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you and getting ready for the upcoming season, right?
Yep. Yeah, we've been, almost 4 weeks in, which is crazy to think about. It feels like they just moved in, but we're rolling, and 3 weeks of hard preseason. Finally, school's getting started, so a little less of me, but it's still good. Yeah,
it is funny to think about the transition, with you all especially. Players come in about 3 weeks early compared to the rest. But this past weekend, Saturday was move-in day.
Yeah.
I guess Friday was move-in day for new people. Returners were coming back on Saturday. But for you especially, this is probably different compared to the rest of us because you are a Johnson alumni. So you had a move-in day, right? Back in the day, what, about 2000, let me guess, 15, 16? 2015, baby Coach Morris
I know.
walking onto the Johnson campus for the first time.
Yeah, it was
What
crazy.
was your experience like?
Yeah, move-in weekend was a ton of fun. Obviously, again, we move in 3 weeks early, so even for me now as a coach, it's fun because you're a coach, but you're also you're the cook, you're the dietitian, you're the dad, you're the counselor, the pastor, whatever it is. You're kind of everything on that move-in weekend. And so, even in that move-in process, I was in there lifting up those beds, those Johnson beds, those bunk beds, getting all the pins exactly right. It takes you back to sweating doing it yourself. So I felt like I was just bouncing from room to room, giving them setup ideas from what we did whenever I was here. But no, move-in was great, and my move-in was a lot of fun. Obviously move-in 3 weeks early, and we're doing three days every day for that move-in period because school hasn't started. And so for us, when I moved in, a couple of my good buddies on the team, they were commuters. And so instead of driving all the way home back to West Knoxville or wherever, they would just sleep in my room. So I had like 4 or 5 guys sleeping in my room all preseason. And it just made that move-in, those 3 weeks, a ton of fun and just a lot of memories in those 3 weeks that I can even still recall from just that time period. And those guys are still guys I play fantasy football with and talk to weekly, and those memories, that time you get, it's hard for a coach, obviously being on the other side of it now to see the challenge of 3 weeks where it's just training, but the memories that come with that are immense and were a ton of fun. So
I remember, speaking of that, I remember moving in at Milligan, my second move in as a freshman. That's a whole nother story. But but I do remember sitting in our new room. I have some teammates that I had become good friends with. Our RA comes down the hall, and he's on the men's basketball team. And he walks away. And at Milligan, at least on that day, girls can be on the dorm. Right. Which I guess is probably similar to
on move-in
on move-in day. And my teammate whistles at that RA's girlfriend. And he comes back, pokes his head in and says, "Did you say something?" And I was like, "Oh no, here we go. Day one."
Yeah, day one.
We're all in trouble. But that like moment is like burned into my mind.
Yeah, you remember those days so well just because it's so much new at once.
Yeah.
Right. I mean my roommate who moved in a couple weeks later, like still I can remember him moving, bringing luggage up, bringing his mini fridge, like those things are burned in your brain just because it's all new, it's all fresh. So
well, I tell athletes a lot, like, you're not going to remember much when it comes to games. You don't remember stats,
remember scores,
you don't remember all that stuff, but you don't forget these moments because those are the ones that like form friendships and lasting bonds. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, well, speaking of that, you're 3 weeks into practice. How do you feel like the guys are clicking together at this point?
Yeah, I feel like it's almost cliche to say, but it's going really smooth. I mean, the guys are just they're doing everything that we're asking them to do. They're buying into the culture, which is really a big part of preseason for us, just to get the culture ingrained in their brains of what we're looking to do, how we want to be, who we want to be, and they're just doing a really. They're honestly just buying into it. And they're all invested in each other. The week we spend our first week in Florida for preseason, and we were able to go and do a mission trip and serve and run a kids camp for some kids in urban Orlando area with an organization called Orlando Eagles that does some amazing stuff. And for us, that whole week, I mean, it's super intentional about being together. We sleep in this church all on air mattresses, all in the same room, and so you can't get away from each other. And so getting
or the
them
sounds,
together,
right?
Yeah, no, seriously, everything. Yeah, I have my own little private room, so I get away from it, but they don't. And we take their phones away from them for, whole days at a time, just to say like, hey, like, here's who we are, buy in, and this is your opportunity to understand who we are as Royal Soccer, and just really be a part of the culture. And again, just they took it and ran. Like, preseason was not a challenge in that way because they understood what we were asking them to do. They understood the priority and the value of it, and it's been really good. The friendships, you love seeing like the older guys really invest in those young guys and build those relationships and friendships already. And it's I always tell freshmen as they move in, you have a leg up in some respect because you have 3 weeks of friendships already built, right? You walk on a campus. This is our first day of classes today, and they already have 40 guys that they know and are care for them, will walk them to class, help them get their books, whatever they need, and they have a leg up in that sense. So it's been good. Yeah,
well, and also that bond that you build, right at the beginning, because you're doing hard things.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
I mean, and your team is doing hard things. Obviously, you're getting through conditioning.
Yeah, 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like it is amazing. I used to make my guys. We would run. If you know anything about Johnson's campus, there's a hill behind our athletic complex. We would run that with a 45-pound plate in each hand. It is torture. I would bring my son to just watch and laugh, and we'd sit on a golf cart while it happened. But what it did, it really had nothing to do with conditioning.
Yeah.
It was just
mental.
It's going through hard stuff and doing it together.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Which is amazing. And that's what builds bonds.
Yeah, it does. So, those are the things that last for years and years and years. And that's why, we could talk ad nauseum about the value of sport and the value of doing those hard things together with others and how that carries into life and marriage and fatherhood, whatever it is, right? Those things carry on so much. And so I got to tell some friends I was talking to about preseason. It honestly felt like last 3 weeks is the most ministry you get to do in a lifetime, just because it's 3 weeks of undivided attention, fight through adversity. We do a run in Florida called the Pursue Run, and it is all about this idea. It kind of walks you through the gospel, honestly, as we do this run, but it's all about this idea of like, you have to keep pushing, but there's a guy behind you chasing, and there's a guy in front of you that you're chasing.
Right.
And so this idea that working together through this adversity brings us closer. It's everywhere in sports. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's beautiful. You brought up the Eagles, and I want to touch that for a second, because you've been involved with the Eagles organization for some time now. Right?
It's an amazing organization. Yeah. For those that don't know about it, it's a soccer ministry through Athletes in Action, and it's all across the country. They have multiple different branches. We actually have, I may be wrong, 6-7 guys right now from Charlotte Eagles that grew up in Charlotte and grew up in that academy. But faith-based sport, faith-based soccer at a really high level there. And they have a new branch in Orlando. And Austin there is a good friend of mine and is doing some really good ministry in Orlando and just starting off. And he's allowed us to be a part of it and help out. And it's been extremely valuable. I credit a lot of last year's success to going and building that foundation there of serving together, being together, doing life together, and struggling a little bit in those moments. But the work they do is awesome. We love working with them. Yeah,
I think it's interesting to even, and again, I don't want to get into this terribly long by any means, because we can talk about this all day, but the idea that what we do is somehow bring these concepts of faith and following Christ and sport together, and we don't separate that, in any way, shape, or form. They are, they're just. I really think they're kind of woven together.
They are
in a lot of ways, and I mean, I think it's valuable to see that. There's organizations out there who are also doing this kind of thing, but also for our athletes to recognize. I mean, part of what the Johnson mission, you're a Johnson grad, so you understand this really well. Part of what the Johnson mission is this concept that you don't have to work in a vocational ministry setting. You don't have to be working in a church. What your job is can be ministry.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the hardest ministry is done outside of the building of a church.
Yeah.
Right. And it's done in the workplace. It's done in the schools. It's done in the home. Like that's the ministry that we're trying to prepare them for. And so for them to be able to see that in a sports context is amazing. We had 6 guys actually go down, and in the summers they host college students from all over the country, and it's called Summer Academy, and we had 6 guys go down and play for the Summer Academy team, and they play a professional schedule. They play against other USL2 teams and other club teams down in Orlando, all while doing sports ministry. So during the week, they're doing ministry training, and they're leading camps all over the state, really all over Orlando and some other parts of the state. But then they also are training every morning, and they're playing. And to see those two things come together, and to see those guys that have now come back and changed and grown in their faith and grown in the connection there of sport and ministry, and connection of faith and ministry or faith and sport is, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. We're right on the heels of season.
Yeah.
It's about to begin. But before we get into this year, let's turn back the clock just a second, because you all had an amazing year last year.
Did.
I mean, you truly did. Lost some tough ones that you probably wish you could get back.
Yeah, we did.
But last year's run was, as far as our move to NAIA, is the most successful year that men's soccer has had, and what is arguably maybe one of the toughest sports in the AAC, which is men's soccer. It is tremendous. There are some really good teams. Obviously, baseball's had some really good teams. There's other sports that have really good programs in the conference, but men's soccer is tough.
Deep. Every team it's a gauntlet. We've brought in a new team this year, and they're a fantastic team. But really, every game, and the challenge is we only get 18 games, and 15 of those are conference games, and they're all hard, and they're all good, high level competition. That each game is a sincere challenge and mental toll. It's kind of a gauntlet there in the back end of the season, because every game matters so much.
Well, and the soccer itself is just kind of it's grueling.
It is,
in a lot of ways. Everything depends on a couple of things here and there. Like there is no back down.
No,
there is no like
one moment can change the whole game, and that's true in a lot of sports. But those one moments. One set of turnoff, and the other thing about it is that oftentimes in soccer, the better team doesn't always win.
Yeah,
it's the way the ball bounces sometimes, and that's just the reality, that you have to be so mentally tough to fight through those adversity moments, because it sometimes isn't fair. It's just the reality of it.
You're giving up. It's a game of positioning, right? Like you're giving up a yard matters.
Yeah,
at times where I could give up a bucket as a basketball coach. I didn't care. I was going to get 90 more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it just didn't matter as much. But there's no recovery, especially in a league that is this physical.
Yep. Yeah,
right, and is this brutal?
Yeah,
which is, but it is a testament to your team last year that really pushed through all of that. What do you attribute to the success you guys had last year? Made the conference tournament for the first time
ever. Yeah,
and are building on something that has been going for a minute now.
Yeah, I think I learned a lot in the previous years that helped me prepare for last year better. We brought in some really high caliber players. There's no question about it. That helped. We were able to bring in some talented players that really were able to flip the script on games. We shocked people. Unfortunately, we don't have that advantage this year to shock people. I think it's kind of out of the bag now a little bit, but last year people just didn't expect that compared to where we were 2 years ago. And so for us to be able to come in, again, I'll go back to Florida, that trip where we were able to build the culture, really get some of the tough love and the fight that we carried it with us through the season in that trip, and we were able to step into the season, won a really tough conference game at Columbia that we took the lead late, and that was a big win, and I think that game excelled us and pushed us forward into the rest of the season with a lot of confidence that I just don't think we had prior to that from a program standpoint, just because of the history of where we had been. And so last year, just to be able to see, like, oh no, we're here. Like, we can do this. We can play with anybody. And starting to believe that, I think really built on our culture and allowed us to excel. And I mean, like you said, we were in some painful losses and painful ties, or games that we should have won against top teams in the conference that we really we're ready for another shot at this year. Yeah. And yet we were still able to make the postseason, even with a couple, disappointing results there at the end of the year. And so for us this year, kind of in reflection to last year, it's like, what can we do to build off of that success? How do we learn from some of the mistakes we made? We were put in new situations last year. Yeah. Those were new situations for a lot of our guys, tight games, one-score games where we had opportunities and chances, and to know the importance of every minute. We've learned some, and so excited to take that into this year. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you touched on this year. What's going on? What so far? You're in preseason now, week 4 of practice. Yeah. What are you excited about? What do you see in this team that just gets you pumped up?
Yeah. One is confidence, man. They're ready. I almost, I'm optimistic and I'm excited and I'm confident. I really am. I'm really confident in this group of guys, but sometimes I'm a realist too. And so I have to balance it a little bit. These guys are like, we're not losing a game. And I love it. I would much rather it be that way than the other way. They just don't know lose. That's not in their vocabulary. They have no idea, no vision for losing. I mean, we welcomed our first game ever on the new facility. We brought in IU India, a quality D1 team, came in and we pushed. I mean, my guys, they didn't have any losing in their mind. It wasn't an idea for them.
Even in a scrimmage.
And obviously it was a tough match, and we did lose, but it was the adversity that they showed the whole match was exactly what we want. And so that the confidence that they are carrying and walking into the season with is really exciting for me, just to know that they know what we're capable of, because other times you feel like players don't understand. No, like we can do something. And these guys know that. I think they know what we're capable of, and so they're all willing and wanting to push each other towards that. And so training, every time we step out on the field for training, they're ready and they're focused and they want it, and guys are holding each other accountable in the smallest drills and the smallest details.
Right.
And so that's part of my excitement. Other excitement is this class that we brought in. Man, they're blowing me away. We brought in a massive class and could talk about all 15 of them and really expound upon what the value is that they bring. But they have just, as I said earlier, bought into the culture, but just work hard. They do not carry themselves like true freshmen. They do not carry themselves like newcomers. They're here. They're excited. They're working hard. Some of them I'm having to tell to get off the field because they want to work so hard. I mean, they are really bringing a lot to the team from a cultural standpoint, also from a play standpoint. Some really exciting players, but I'm excited to see the way they gel together. I've already seen it. I had a good win last week in a preseason scrimmage, and excited to see that continue. Just this new blood kind of pumping in us now that's giving some excitement to what we're doing.
Yeah, that's awesome. You mentioned this. You said that you're a realist. I think every coach is at its best a realist, right? I think our nature tends to be a little bit negative. At times that we see the things that need to be fixed, and that's just part of it. You look at this team. And I know there's challenges. What are the things that you're looking at that say, man, we got to continue to build on this?
Yeah. I think as I speak so highly about the freshmen, we do have freshmen, right? Yeah. And so we got some young guys, and so we're gonna. And some of them are so talented that they've worked their way into starting positions to big roles, and so for them, it's a little bit of this. accustoming themselves to the level, the physicality, the speed of play.
Yes.
It's different. I don't care where you play. I don't care where you play overseas. I don't care where you play stateside, high school wise. You can play the best high school in the state. I mean, we have state champions from this last year, and even for them, it's going to change. It's going to be a change of level, a change of physicality, a change of speed of play. And so that's a little bit of what we're really, especially this last week, kind of getting to the end of preseason here, about to step into our first game, like being aggressive, taking the game to the opponent, and understanding that we have the ability to, and not letting them be the aggressors. It's something we're really trying to focus on, especially with new guys, is even from the simplest thing of where's your first touch, forward or backwards, like where's your mindset pushing you. We want to take chances. We want to be aggressive. We want to try to play our style, and not let them take it to us. And so obviously there's ebbs and flows to the game that will happen, and we'll have to understand when we need to compress and sit back. But at other times, I really do want to see us step into being that aggressor role. And so that's something that we're really trying to work on and train. And that's, just comes with time, comes with experience. And so that's maybe a little worry, maybe in a sense of what we need to work on. And physicality, again, you touched on it earlier, but the conference is big and they're experienced, and there's a lot of transfers in the conference that play important roles. And so they're older guys. And for us, we have a little bit of a younger team comparatively. Even our returners, I would say, are younger. And so just really matching to that physicality, the physical play, and understanding what we need to do to again, be the aggressor.
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand, as far as from a division, the breakdowns of what NCAA, D1, D2, D3, and then how NAI kind of plays into that picture. And I've listened to this in the past where people think, oh, well, it's NAI or it's NCCAA, and of course I can play there, right? And I think you touched on it. And I mentioned this in an all-athletes meeting last night, and I just don't know that student athletes understand that there are plenty of guys on your team who were the best player on their high school team or on their club team. Some of them maybe in the region, some of them maybe even in the state, But that isn't the case when you get here.
No,
and then trying to figure out, like, I'm adapting to, I'm probably not as good as I thought. Also, this guy is hitting me.
Hard. I mean, it is. It is an adjustment period. I mean, you said it exactly correct. We have an all-state player he's going to come off of a reserve role for us this year, and I think he's going to build into a really, really talented player. But these adjustments, it takes time, right?
Yeah.
You come from being the best player to now it's like everybody's the best player, and my opponent's everybody's the best player, and so the level, kind of puts you to the test of, are you willing to work for it now? Again, now that you're not the best player, you have to put that next level of work in. And so it's exciting to see guys step up to that challenge and understand that it is different. And NAI is, as you said, it is not just some low-level joke of a league. It's not. It's high-level, high-quality, talented players that could play at really high levels across the board.
Absolutely.
And these are the fits that they found. They're good schools. They're great schools. And it's the same here. We believe that we have those players that can go in and play with anybody. It doesn't matter whether you're D1, D2, D3. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely. Yeah, it drive me crazy coaching basketball. This is where kind of like sometimes these sports like cross over, but one of the hardest things for our guys to get used to when they moved up a level was giving up corner threes. Right, that guy standing in the corner in high school, you can help off of that guy a lot of times. And you go in, you can help on the driver, and you step over in front of him, and you got time. In college, everybody knocks down that corner three. I don't care how good you are. You make it.
It's an open shot. You hit it.
It's made. And that's, I think in soccer specifically, that's where the struggle lands is, I can go back and get that three. But you don't have that. You give that up,
it's over.
It
can't be.
It's really tough to come
back.
back.
Detrimental for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think at this level, at this conference, you have to be aggressive. I mean, we have a new player, not a newer player, but a player that's really stepping into a role on the first team and really starting to learn at this level. Like, you can't wait for mistakes to happen, right? At high school, when he was the best player, he could sit back, wait for a mistake to happen. It would happen. He takes the ball, we're good, right? And he's going forward. But here, they don't make mistakes. The guys are so good. They're so talented. They're going to keep the ball. They're going to do things that are going to be creative. So we have to be the aggressors defensively, right?
Yeah.
And so,
it's a matter of you got to push or be pushed.
Yes.
Either way. Like
Yeah.
I think that's the case in a lot of sports.
Yeah.
You know,
So every player is the best player. It's just that process of doing what you can do to give your team a quick advantage. Every moment matters. So.
Yeah. Well, what do you hope to see this year in the AAC? What are some of the goals that you have for this season?
Yeah, no, I mean, team goals, our goal is top 5 in the conference. We really do believe we have the team that can do that. It's going to be tough. The preseason rankings definitely don't have us quite there, but, we believe that we have the players to go and do that. It's just about being consistent. Biggest thing that I want to see is more than anything is how do we handle adversity? Because we didn't handle it super well last year. If I'm being super honest with you, and the guys know this, the moments of adversity, they got the better of us oftentimes last year, mentally, physically, all of it. And so preseason, really talking through that with them about the mental side of the game, also the fitness, the physical side,
right?
Because it's going to come. There's going to be moments that we have to fight back. And Asbury last week, we scored first, had a couple more opportunities. They scored, tied it up 1-1. It was a good chance, a good challenge for us to face. Okay, like we lost the lead, we should be up by more than this, and then we honestly gave up 2 or 3 more opportunities that we really should have finished and put the game away, and we didn't. And finally, we were able to, the last 15, 20 minutes or so, put the game away and come out with a 3-1 victory. So like that right there is a really good example of, okay, how do we fight through this adversity when your back's against the wall, right? And so that's the biggest thing I want to see, and the biggest thing that we're seeking to improve on is that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you for talking to us a little bit. We'll be right back with more from the Royal Insider and with Coach as he continues to into this next segment. We'll be right back.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Well, we're back, and we are in a segment that we do every week where we look back on the last week of games. Now that we're getting to games, Coach, this is a lot more fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're finally to the position where we get to see all the work we've put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And see it come to fruition.
Yeah, I think the first couple of weeks of this podcast, I just kept saying, like, it's summer, and there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
But
finally it is.
Now there are definitely things going on. It's still a little bit of a slow drip, but we're getting there. Volleyball is the team that is primarily up and running at this point, playing official games. They played again this past weekend. Had 2 matches. With Point and Cumberland University.
Yeah, tight loss at Point, right? Lost 1 set, and Cumberland a good win. And so it's cool to see. Again, just as we've been, they were one of the teams here with us during preseason, to get to see them train, right? We're doing player meetings up in the suite, looking down on the gym, seeing them train, see all the work they put in to see it come away with a good win against Cumberland, and good start to the season. So
well, and they really, Coach Halliburton and I talked about this last week. They got a really tough early road here, playing some really tough games. They're 3-3 right now, which is great, but they're pushing themselves. I don't know. I mean, in your coaching opinion here, I mean, how do you see that scheduling piece as being important to your program?
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's a reason that we also played a D1 team, first game of the season, right? Like I want to set the standard high, like set the standard of what we expect from them. And when you play a tough start to the season, you have to hold yourself to a high standard. And it starts you off well, like, right. You want to kickstart your season. You don't necessarily just want to walk slowly in. And so, it is the beginning of the season. It's the test. It's the test of, okay, here's the work we put in. What does the summer look like for individuals? Everybody's kind of fighting for that playing time a little bit, but it's exciting to see, and it's exciting to hear how they're doing. You know, just getting to talk to some of their girls and hear how training's going and preparing for the season. It seems like they're excited and have a good team.
Yeah, absolutely, and it really just a couple of things to point out from this week's match. They go on. They beat Cumberland University, and 3-2 was the sets. Kirsten Bell and Abby Brown both with 12 kills each. Hannah Lukey with 23 assists coming through in that game. But then the loss to Point, we see some new faces here. Kaylin Marshall picks up 21 assists. Yeah. Lily Richards adds 15 to that. Abby Brown, again being Abby Brown, 19 kills in that game.
Yeah.
So really off to a great start. Both could have gone either way.
Yeah.
But two really good games for the Lady Royals.
Yeah, I really wish one of my players got 15 assists in a game. No, it's exciting to see them. I'm excited to see some home games and cheer them on. I know my guys know a lot of those girls, and I go to church with a lot of them, so it's cool to see them on Sunday, and it's exciting to know that their season's off to a good start.
Yeah, absolutely. It is going to be fun whenever they get some home games. Volleyball is an exciting sport to be able to watch, and crowds tend to get into it quite a bit. So we'll see how that goes. That was all from this past week. Games really start to pick up next week and the week after, and we'll have a whole lot more to report at that point. So we'll be right back with more from the Royal Insider.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Well, we're back here on the Royal Insider, and I am excited about our next person on the show, Robert Platt, men's soccer. For those who don't know, Robert was second team all-conference in the AAC last year, led our team in goals with 10, which was an amazing feat in and of itself, but also seems like a reasonably decent human, and we like having decent humans on the show. So, Robert, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just jump back in with this question. We opened the show with Coach Morris, and it's kind of a weird week. You just transitioned from preseason into the first week of school. What's the first week of school been like for you? I guess this is technically, when we're recording, the first day of class, right?
Yeah, the first day of class for sure has been a little hectic, I would say. Just like there's so much moving parts, like practice, getting your own lifts in, schedule, recovery, classes, going to chapel. So I guess it's a big adjustment, but it's been so far so good. The faculty and staff make it very easy, making classes pretty short, just syllabus, nothing too crazy. But it's been pretty good. Yeah,
absolutely. So talk to us. This is your second preseason, you're right? Third preseason. Fourth preseason you've gone through. Wow. Man, you're old.
I am old, yeah. Yeah, I'm very old, yeah.
Yeah, so fourth preseason that you've been through with here. What has been different about this year?
This year, what's been different, I would say, is everyone is bought in. The team as a whole, there's a different type of vibe, I would say. Yeah. Everyone just seems much more focused on the goal at hand than each other. And I think the biggest thing is we've had some guys give their life to Christ this year, and it's been a huge testament to our team and our the culture we want to build, and just being able to be with guys that love Jesus and want to play for a higher purpose has changed our team and our culture. And I've been here. I'm old, so I have been here for a long time. So it's I've seen JU through the process of these changes, and this year I can say this is the best culture I've ever been a part of, and I'm so happy to say I've been a part of it, because these guys are amazing. They love the Lord, and they're here to fight and play hard.
Yeah, awesome. Well, here we are. We're about to walk into season. You had a few preseason games, a few scrimmages. Tell us a little bit about what it's like playing in the AAC.
AAC is extremely competitive, very unknown. I would say it's definitely a top 3 conference in the NAI for soccer specifically.
Yeah.
I would say it's very under the radar, but we have some amazing talent in our conference. I remember my freshman year, we went to Milligan, and all they had to do was beat us to win conference.
Yeah.
And they were announcing the players, and they're like Newcastle, Liverpool, which those teams, some of the best academies in the world.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's very intimidating, but the competition is amazing.
Yeah. So you've been here at Johnson for a couple years now. What has it like? What's it been like for you just as a student, here at Johnson University?
It's been really good. The teachers, they invest in you. They actually care. I've gone through some things last year, and they've been right by my side. They've been very easy to talk to, work through things. If I had questions or concerns, they were always right there with me. And it's been honestly like a one-on-one personal experience. So I would say it's been a massive blessing here at JU. But also just academics here, really good. I've enjoyed it. I feel like I'm actually learning. I'm a business and marketing major, and I do marketing on social media. So it's been awesome to kind of do hand by hand and talk to my professors about that. Yeah,
that's awesome. You're again. Yeah, I think you've been around the block here. You're not a new player in any way, shape, or form. What as you start into this new season, what are you looking forward to? What are the things that you're excited about with this team specifically?
With this team specifically, it's definitely the most talented team in Johnson history. And I'm excited personally to play with all these guys because I've been through JU with not having the most talented teams, and these guys make everyone better. Yeah. Everyone plays better. There's just a better product on the field. And we all trust each other because we know how talented we are. And I would say there's even a deeper connection in the culture. Just we all love the Lord, we love each other, and there's that genuine brotherhood. It's what you talk about in those books like Messiah Method. Just those things you say, but when it actually comes to fruition, it's been amazing this year. And it's I'll fight harder for someone that I know that loves me. Yeah. So it's that trust you have.
Yeah, no, it's pretty incredible when you think about. I like that line. I'll fight harder for someone who loves me, and we, I've mentioned this several times on this podcast. We really do believe that what team should be, what it can be, is what the church was supposed to be all along. And a lot of times, us as followers of Christ and church members or whatever, we get that wrong. We mess that up. It is this group of people who are flawed, who are broken, kind of coming together, trying to live life together. But I don't know. There's something special about that with the team, right? And how that is lived out. Can you talk a little bit about, and it's not a question I expected to ask, but you've touched on it a little bit, about faith integration and how has faith and sport kind of come together for you?
I would say this past spring, it really came together for me. I was going through a lot this last spring with just a family matter. And I came back to practice the first time after 2 weeks being gone. And I remember when after practice, all the guys prayed for me, put their hand around me, and having 40 guys be there and love you and want to pray for you. It was just such a special moment. And even going into this year, some teammates they gave their life to Christ. They've been baptized. One of our teammates got baptized recently, and it's it just makes it so much more special because yes, we're teammates on the field, but we're brothers off the field, and to being able to grow with each other and really all have this one thing in common, our love for Jesus, it's made it so much more special.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I know that last year, again, successful year, without a doubt, a successful year, the best record that we have had since moving into the NAIA, our best finish, making the AAC tournament for the first time. What goals do you guys have for this year that you're looking forward to setting?
Our goals as a team, I would say, is just one game at a time. Yeah. We just want to go 1-0. Yeah. Just keep it at that. We want to go 1-0, and we know what we're capable of. I mean, we've competed with a Division I team, IU, Indy, recently, and we plan on just working hard together and just keep rolling. We're just going to take it one game at a time. And I know this team has a lot of talent, and we're young, and we're good, and we have some leaders in this team that are pushing us, and I'm excited. So I would just say one game at a time, and I think that we're going to make some noise.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. I think that's an interesting, concept that a lot of young athletes especially struggle with, that whole one concept, one game at a time, right? You just want to not focus on what's out there long term, but like what is happening in the short term. Just simply getting better, just a little bit at a time, focusing on what's right here, right now. It's a difficult thing as an athlete, correct?
Yeah, very difficult.
Yeah. Why do you think that's such a struggle?
Such a struggle because it's human nature to think ahead. It's human nature to be like, all right, we're going to put all the pressure on in this one game.
Yeah.
We're going to lose focus.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to think like, okay, if we don't achieve this goal, we don't make it top 4, we don't win regular season conference, it's a failure. But whoa, that's not how this works. There's so many levels to this, and you got to take it one game at a time, because the more you overthink it, the more you add complexity to it, it becomes a struggle, and you feel the weight of it on your shoulders.
Yeah. Well, and even like thinking through like what I don't know. I think we like to look ahead and think of like, this is what I could be. I tell a story a lot of being a kid when I was learning to play basketball. You tell me if this is something that you did in soccer. I would like play at the basketball court near my church where I grew up, and it would just be me. Mm-hmm. In my mind, I was 5-on-5, usually playing for UNC or Duke or someone like that. Like that's what I had imagined. Mm-hmm. And I had all these visions and dreams of what sport was going to look like. And it always ended with me as the leading scorer.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Which makes it really hard when those things don't come true.
Yeah.
So how do you go about keeping that focus for you? I mean, obviously you were a leading scorer last year, but you just stated it. Like, you got talent. You might not be a leading scorer this year. Yeah. You might not. You don't know how the years are going to shake out. So how do you keep your focus on just that singular game?
For the singular game, I always think about just do your job. Yeah. That's my mindset, is do my job. And if my job is to score 20 goals this year, I'm going to try and do my job to the best abilities. If my job is to score 3 goals this year,
right,
I'm going to do my job. Whatever is best for the team, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to train and work my hardest to obviously score a bunch of goals, have a bunch of assists, a bunch of points. But like, whatever is best for the team, whatever Coach Isaac wants me to do and the coaches, that's what I'm going to do to the best of my abilities.
Yeah. Well, let me shift gears away from just sport for just a second. You mentioned this, you brought it up, like your degree path, doing a little bit of marketing. Is that kind of what you want to do long term?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
I'm still a little undecided on what I want to do. I don't know what the Lord has for me, but I've been doing content creating, which is a sort of marketing in a newer sense, I would say. But yeah, I enjoy marketing. I enjoy doing my social media marketing. It's been amazing. It's been a blessing. I've been able to help and encourage so many people through my platform, but I don't know what the Lord has for me. I enjoy ministry. I enjoy a little bit of coaching here and there. So it's kind of like, I don't know necessarily.
Yeah. I wonder about, like, for you, like, Johnson, and part of its mission is trying to figure out how to bring vocation and ministry kind of together. Like, those are separated in any way, shape, or form. They are one another the same, whether you work for a church or whether you're a content creator or you're a coach. Like, that doesn't matter at that point. What your physical thing that you're doing does not matter. It is a matter of, how do I serve in that role? For you, how do you feel like Johnson has prepared you to move forward in that vocation?
I would say just from soccer alone has really taught me a lot about like leadership and how to like connect the two, because soccer, if you don't include faith in it, it's just going to be soccer. Yeah. So for me, I've learned a lot as a leader through soccer, I would say. I mean, there's been a lot of times where I've been imperfect. I've made the wrong decision. I've been prideful. I haven't been humble, and I've kind of like strayed away from the person I should be and the follower of Christ I should be. But it's really prepared me to learn, like, there's different types of leadership, and people respond differently to, hey, I really need you to do this. And be like, or you got to put your arm around and be like, hey, come on, you can do this a little bit better, just 10%. So it's like, I feel like being a leader on the soccer teams really helped me in my faith. Yeah. But also just the classes here have just really prepared me to know my faith, know why do I believe what I believe.
All right. Well, if alumni fans in the Knoxville area decide to come out and watch the JU men's soccer team this year, what do you want them to notice about your team? What do you want them to see?
That we're playing for a higher purpose. I would say we're playing for Jesus. Like, we're not. We want to win, and we're going to fight to the best of our abilities. Because as Christians, we're going to win. We're going to run the race. Like, we're going to go at it. We're going to battle. But we want to be people on the field that are respectful, loving to our competition, and that we are known for playing for a higher purpose.
Yeah. Robert, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And hopefully, if you're out there, come watch Robert and his team play this year. It's going to be an exciting year. We have really big hopes for our men's soccer team this season, and I think Robert's going to be a big part of that. So we'll be right back after this. Well, we're back here with Coach Morris and Robert. It was a great interview.
Yeah, he's awesome. We love having Rob, and I'm not saying anything I wouldn't say to him, but the growth I've seen from him his freshman year to now is, I mean, he's such a good leader, such a good man of God, and just loves the team really well.
Absolutely. Well, in this segment, Coach, we do a little bit of a preview of what's coming up. Let's talk for just a second. Women's soccer gets their season on the road this weekend.
Yeah.
They are actually traveling. They play at Asbury and at Berea.
Yeah.
You've been able to watch the women's soccer team a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you see from those girls?
Man, they look good. Todd's brought in some really good players. Some of the girls that come back, they're ready. We actually watched them scrimmage the other night a little bit. They're looking really good. I think they'll really push to be top 5 in the conference, and really see no reason they shouldn't be.
Yeah, absolutely. So volleyball again, they are in full swing. They got another weekend on the road. It's a little bit of the same theme that we have seen so far. They're playing at St. Mary of the Woods, but they're getting Georgetown there. That is Georgetown in Kentucky, not University of Georgetown. There is a difference. Goshen, St. Mary, Indiana West, Northwest. Another big weekend for volleyball.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's here. I'm excited. Our game's coming up too. I mean, it's just, I love seeing all the teams play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and seeing them push,
Yeah.
trying to get better,
Yeah.
constantly. So, then last this week coming up, we've got men's soccer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
2 home games this week, which is super exciting. So Monday against Oakwood, you will kind of smash it together with a kind of away game against Maryville, which is just down the road, and then end the week with King University here at our stadium. What do you see about with this week coming up, Coach?
Yeah, we're really excited about the games we have coming up. Obviously, Monday we start out with Oakwood, Labor Day, and a special game there. Just a first game, new facility. Really excited to kick the season off with a good match. We played them last year. I think we can really follow it up with another good result like we did last year, and just continue and start the season off well. Obviously, Wednesday, a little bit of maybe a crosstown rivalry of sorts with Maryville. We got to play them in the spring, and so that was a lot of fun. So we'll do that again. Head over to them, and then next Saturday is King here at home again. Just super excited to hit the ground running with the season.
Yeah, you brought up the new facility. Can you give us a little bit of a description of the facility, and then also what has it meant to you to be in this new space? Yeah,
man. So new turf field, obviously, that's a huge blessing. New press box. We've been able to raise the stands a little bit. A lot of new equipment, new bleachers for the guys, benches for the guys, shelters, new goals. It's great. New camera system, all that. So really excited. The guys are really excited. It's been awesome. There was a week ago we started preseason, and there was I woke up one morning around 6 to come to a 6:30 a.m. session. Yeah, it was pouring rain, and typically in the past, our field didn't have great drainage, and so you have to really shift your whole plan, move indoor, change everything up. And I was able to just for a second I was panicking about that decision and what we were going to do. 40 guys moving and playing, but it was just rain, so we were able to continue and have the session outside and played in the rain. It was great, no worries at all. So just even from that perspective, being able to continue in our training and work despite the weather at times, right? So it's been an amazing resource, not having to worry about the quality of a field, and just be able to step out ready to go every session.
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
Not have to prep it is a big deal.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
So, well, Coach, I guess I want to give you the last word here. Obviously, a big part of this podcast is we are trying to connect with fans and people who are supporters of Johnson, or maybe never even heard of Johnson. Yeah. For those who are out here, what's the best ways that they can support you and men's soccer?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I mean, you kind of said it. For us, it's, at least for me as a program too, we want people in Knoxville to know about Johnson. I love this place. My parents graduated from here. My sister went here. I went here. This is a family school for me. I love Johnson University and everything it stands for. And I want more people to know about it, right? The community of Knoxville at large, so many people are shocked when they come out here because they just don't know we're here sometimes. And so for us trying to change that narrative in the soccer world and say like, no, we have a quality program that can really be a place that can be an awesome experience for you. So as an effort of that, the best way to support us is just to engage with us, come to games, right? Be present. We have a beautiful brand new facility that we're really excited to partner with organizations like One Knox and FC Alliance and allow their teams to use our fields and be able to be here and allow their families to see the facilities, but also just come to games, support the team. We have an amazing facility. It should be a home field advantage, but we need fans to really build that advantage. And so support us, come to games, look at our schedule, and cheer on the Royals.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you for being here today.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're looking forward to the season.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for having me.
So thanks for being with the Royal Insider. We'll see you guys next week.